Green. Back out to Bradley. You don't want to sag too far of him. No, lovely ball movement by the Flyers for 2.
Great patience there from the Bristol Flyers, inside, outside.
Stampley. Nice touch for Manchester's first score.
He'll give you 100% while on court.
Well, he's got a big challenge here with Green, and he hits the deck. The referee gives him a flop warning.
Well, not a lot of teams have a 7'1" centre coming off the bench to aim to impact the game.
Bradley for 3, knocks it down. Lewis, too long on that. Green running rim to rim. Oh, what a block from Lee.
Just came out of nowhere. And the long big man just blocks that out off the backboard.
Comes out to Harris, rims out. Manchester just 1 score to show for the opening 3.5 minutes. Here's Green in close. Well, Harris thought he'd commit a foul. The referee didn't. Lawton keeps it alive. And thrown in by William Lee.
Gave Levi Bradley no space, even though he had the size difference.
Lewis finds a little seam in the defense and lays it in for 2. There's plenty of bulk in Leslie Smith as well to match up against.
There is indeed.
Stolen away. Jacob off to the races and will jam it in.
All of his shots, Dan, have been open, have been casual threes. Manchester Giants are baiting him into shooting it.
Well, that's one way of putting it, as Robertson rocks the rim. It's not out of reach. They could get higher than that, Bristol, because Leicester and Newcastle are both on 17 wins. Bristol on 15 with 2 games to play. Bristol would top out a multi-tie with those teams. That obviously would require Leicester and Newcastle to lose their last 2, but it's still mathematically possible. Robertson forcing it in.
And the big man was able to muscle that up through Leslie Smith's arms. Nice finish.
Thomas Edwards looking for room along the baseline. There really isn't any there. It's come back to him and somehow he squeezed it in.
Wow, I don't know.
Lewis throws it all the way back up to Lee. Oh, man slips. Lee knocks down the 3.
Wow.
Jacob trying to drop it off. No room, but enough room for Thomas Edwards.
Thomas Edwards just creates his own.
Oh, and they've stolen it back and Jacob jams it in.
Wow, Trajan Jacob looks very active since introduction into this game.
Ollison trying to go to work, gets all the way to the basket. And they've come out of that timeout a lot better, haven't they, Bristol?
They have.
Walsh direct to the basket as ever. It's out of bounds. Ollison takes the 3 himself. Thomas Edwards trying to keep it alive. Manchester have it. Harris out in front, and this time he lays it in the game so far. It's only the 5th combined. Oh, Smith gets wide open underneath and stolen away by Smith, who is almost given to him. Ollison, there we go, that's more like it. So Jones with it, almost stolen away. Drop down to Robertson, who throws it down.
Good work there from Callum Jones.
Ollison has to shoot it. Rebound Bradley. Johnson for the triple, he hits. Jones at the elbow, classic Callum Jones shot that. All-time leading scorer for the Manchester Giants, Callum Jones. Brad Green, it's been easy for him down in the low block today. Bradley shovels it back to Ollison. He's going to have to shoot. Back iron, but again they get an offensive rebound. Bradley has the size mismatch here, trying to take advantage of it, and he certainly did. Round to Harris. Harris running out of clock here. Gets the shot away and gets a nice bounce.
That was good defense. Just
Bradley, again, trying to use that extra height that he has. Kicks it out to Landolfi. Long way into that shot fake. Oh, is that a pass? Does he get an assist for that?
Yeah, I think it's like the football terminology. Just cross it in, get the big guy's head on it. Now, you're in the southwest, Dan. Free cider. That's where
free cider.
That's where you'd really get the.
They have fans. A cider sponsorship at the Flyers as well. Surely that's how you do it. Walsh is going to pull up. And he's going to miss that one and out of bounds. Smith out to Lucas. Green. He's certainly been very comfortable. Stampley, no way through. It ricochets out. Lobbed in, oh, too high. And slowing it down and running it back in for 2. So just motoring away now. Scored the last 7 points, trying to get it to 20. And Keely Johnson uses all of the rim, but he does push it. Smith strings the triple.
Lost in the first half, as we know about the score, but you know it's now like, what has the coach said to them at half-time, and how are they going to respond?
Well, there's 2 on the board for William Lee. The other thing is that once you get into a rut, as that one's passed straight to Lewis. Oh, volleyball spike from Johnson chasing it back.
Defense, you'll see him pop up with big steals. Look at this, goodness me. British Basketball League experience, and then you throw in Callum Jones as well. So this isn't an all-rookie team with no experience. They just
players who've proven themselves in this league to not find some way of winning a game.
No, agreed, and it stretches as well to the sideline as well, Dan. You know, you look at the coaches that are successful in this league. They've been coached in this league for a very long time. Okay, Coach Bozic is the exception to the rule of it, or the example I'm trying to paint here. But you know, remember, this is Brian Simeone's first year
at his usual high standard, and he is a tremendous scorer. And perhaps it is actually the production from other areas that they haven't been able to get, more so than anything Lewis has or hasn't done.
Manchester Giants, you had Vince McCauley, who has so many years of coaching experience. Ramon Fletcher, a former British Basketball League MVP. Dirk Williams, another British Basketball League MVP caliber. You can kind of get, no one really sees, but when you have a bad day when you're a professional basketball player or an athlete, it's for everyone to see, so there's not really any escaping it.
Well, there's nobody sat there going, well, here's Walsh underneath, has it stolen away. Ollison continues to pile on the agony. Walsh dancing his way with a great finish.
Wow.
Get one more win on the board before it all finishes. It doesn't look like it's going to be tonight, though, as well. Samuels. Deep 3 from Johnson. All string Keely Johnson. And going down after that one. Let's try another one. Stampley this time. Nope. Here's Lee. He gets some second chance points.
So long and athletic.
Just got to be careful they don't kick me out and leave you on your own. Here's Smith driving in. Well, Manchester Giants trying to get something positive to take out of this game. They're not going to make it all the way back and win, but just trying to get something going.
Oh my goodness!
Quarter court heave. Well, that's got them on their feet here. Quarter court a couple of weeks ago, and here's Jacob from just inside the halfway line on the third quarter. Ollison, tough shot.
Wow.
There's Walsh in close. They've been on the wrong end of it 4 times already.
Wow.
And it looks to all the world as if they're going to make that number 5 here. Walsh for 3, knocks it down. Well, he's certainly been one of the brighter sparks in the Manchester team this year. And there he is getting to the basket. He's
The answer to your question, the difficulty they'll have is because they're 7th seed, let's just say they progress to the next round, they'll play the highest seeding.
Playing, won't they? That's the thing, is the way they've been playing in recent weeks. And it is one of those things, you know, you were one. Professional athletes believe in themselves. They wouldn't be professional athletes if they didn't believe in themselves.
No, exactly. And I would classify the Bristol Flyers as being one of the most unluckiest teams this year with injuries. It started off from pre-season where one of their key imports got injured, and it didn't really ever stop for them. You know, they were...
Well, they would have been expecting... Obviously, they had their best ever finish last year. 3rd in the table, had the same record as Leicester, and they were hoping to build on that, and the squad that he put together looked capable of doing that, but as you say, it's slightly derailed. Oh, nice, lovely little finger roll. Lee strings the triple. They haven't made too many threes.
Doesn't look like Leslie Smith agreed with the call
well,
either.
No, he's certainly arguing his case. Tell you, Evan Walsh do well not to end up looking like Jake Heenan at the end of the game, taking hits like that. Radar's been a little bit off, because with the looks that he's had, he could have made 6 or 7 of them, and the scoreboard would have been even worse. Tipped in by Lee. 4-4. Andreas Kapoulis and his 20 years with the Flyers, and the sort of dreams that they had at the beginning, but they could never have imagined they would get to this sort of level.
For him, but he must feel so proud of his input and what he's created here today.
Bradley just a little short, but enough on that one. Might not see all of that this time around, but might see a few game 3s along the way.
Well, it means you can get blown out and it
doesn't matter, yeah. Other than the psychological scoring that it might give you.
Instead, he had the whole arena looking at him.
He's got to buy everybody on the squad a coffee now, I think.
Yeah.
He's missed 2. Isn't that how it works? Small victories. Nice pass. Lawton underneath will lay it in. He has played big minutes, to be fair to Nicholas Lewis. He's played almost the entire game. William Lee with the rejection. Lawton's going to get the final shot of the game, and that will do it. The Bristol Flyers very comfortable indeed.